Forced, forced marriage is all of our problem. We can't wait to act because lives depend on our action. Now, right now, there's a girl or a boy like Shafila Ahmed sitting at their window bay, wondering if anybody's listening, if anybody will know that their future is on the line and whether they will have a future tomorrow. And our action has to come from us as one society, as one community, to reaffirm the greatest truths that we hold: freedom and the right to choose our own destination, our own path in life. We can't wait to act because it's one chance, one take to save that person's life. And that begins by challenging the mindsets that forced marriage has nothing to do with this. The ignorance, the silence, and the prevailing attitudes that has nothing to do with this are the barriers which further entrap lives, that further empower those who are running cycles and campaigns of fear against their own children because of the self-determination they strongly hold, which is all of our right. No one can go missing into forced marriage. We can't live in this day and age where people are simply going missing, being trafficked across borders. And let's challenge forced marriage for what it really is, because we as a society challenge slavery, challenge violence, and this is what forced marriage is. It doesn't have a place anywhere. So let's, in every classroom, in every community hall, connect as one to educate and to empower. Because when we educate, we break the cycles of those mindsets which grip people into fear and continue to empower the mindset that people are items to be sold, that they have to be a part of this honour system. No life can be taken in the name of so-called honour. Now, freedom depends on us all being participants, because if people aren't allowed to define the course of their own life, then we aren't truly free. And we as a society suffer. We're all poorer when a person has lost the right to define their own life, because it's those people who will help to define society to be a better and greater future. We can't allow anybody's life to be taken. We can't allow there to be a poverty ambition to tackle it, because it's all of our problem. And let's challenge every school to be a part of the solution, because the front line of protection begins in the classroom. We can't allow anybody to be sitting inside the classroom wondering if anybody's listening to them, if they are going to be met with a silence and a refusal if they reach out. A presence of awareness makes it clear, a statement of intent of our action, and our action has to state that every life matters. No matter who they are, every life matters, and every child, for every child in every neighbourhood. And when we stand together and we go forward in action, we create a better tomorrow for every generation. Forced marriage and those people who run those campaigns have nowhere left to run, because we're reshaping the social frontier. And every year and every moment is our moment to really act. We all have the voice, the power to change, to bring change. We can't allow anybody to be miseducated by not acting, by not reaffirming our fundamental truths in the classrooms. We're allowing people to be miseducated, not to act. It's that fundamental belief that I am my sister's keeper, I am my brother's keeper. So looking after each other so that we're able to all go on and define our own destiny. One voice can bring change. And I'm calling upon every one of you to be that change, no matter who you are, where you are. You're all part of the solution. So let's go forward into every new school year and go into your classroom, have that conversation on forced marriage, because that one conversation could save a life. It's that idea that one voice could be the change, and we are the change that we seek. Now, and that change begins in every part of a society. No life can be lost to forced marriage. It all ends with each of us. So let's take that action and make that change possible. We're all part of the solution. There can be no standing on the sidelines of our human rights, because that's what forced marriage is. It's a further terminology of the attack of our human rights. So let's do it. Let's act together. Let's not allow forced marriage just to be some hotbed or some issue thrown into the corner The elephant which nobody wants to talk about. It's the reality of now. Lives are being destroyed because of this, and it can't be stated even boldly enough what the reality is. Over the last 5 years, 11,000 people have been recorded, has been subjected to honor violence. And we know the statistics every year of those being forced into marriage, and we don't know the true statistics. But we as a society have to reaffirm the courage of those who stood out, who spoke out against those who were attacking their fundamental freedom. Let's act together. Let's go forward as one society in every part of the community working together. We can truly make the change that we seek happen. So let's do it. No child should ever go into the classroom believing that they won't have a future tomorrow. It happens in universities in every stage of our life, and nobody can be lost, be a person to have gone banished into our society because we as a society are failing those who are most vulnerable, and it impacts upon us all. So let's be enriched. Let's be across the divide, because the spirit of Shafilia Ahmed and all those who have stood against, spoken out, is what we are. It's the spirit of us all. And we can't allow them to have a failed legacy, because lives depend on our action. Every life matters. And that's the statement of intent which takes us all. So let's make that change happen. Stand as one. Forced marriage is my problem. It's not about one organisation or another. It's about people power. Simple. The movement of change. It's as we that we make that change possible. So let's do it. Let's do it now. I'm asking you to do this for Shafilia and every other person out there. We can't keep going from decade to decade with the same old issue, the same old excuses. Let's make it our goal by the end of this decade to really say to ourselves, we have everything in place to tackle forced marriage in confidence. There's no underlying issues or excuses, because ignorance, silence, the prevailing attitude that forced marriage isn't my problem are the barriers which hold this in place. We can do it. I wish you the best in our endeavour, and join us in our campaign, because every life matters.